James did not see the Fat Controller for days. They left him all alone in the sheds and did not even allow him to go out and push coaches and trucks in the yard. Oh dear, thought sadly. I'll never be allowed out anymore. I shall have to stay in the shed for always, and no one will ever see my red coat again. Oh dear, oh dear. James began to cry. Just then, the Fat Controller came into the sheds. I see you're sorry, James, he said. I hope now that you will be a really useful engine. You have given me a lot of trouble. People are laughing at my railway, and I do not like that at all. I'm very sorry, sir, said James. I will try hard to behave. That's a good engine, said the Fat Controller kindly. I want you to pull some trucks for me. Run along and find them. So James ran happily away. Here are your trucks, James, said Thomas. Have you got any bootlaces ready? He added. Thomas ran away laughing. Oh, said the trucks as James backed onto them rudely. Whatever is happening? Whatever is happening? They said. We want a proper engine, not a red monster. James took no notice and started off as soon as the guard was ready. Come along, he puffed. No, we won't, said the trucks. But James didn't care, and he pulled the screeching trucks sternly out of the yard. The trucks tried hard to make him give up, but he still kept on. Sometimes their brakes would slip on, and their axles would run hot. Each time they would have to stop and put the trouble right, and each time James would have to start again, determined not to let the trucks beat him. Give up! You can't pull us, called the trucks. I can pull you, and I will pull you. I can pull you, and I will pull you. I can pull you, and I will pull you, said James. And slowly but surely he pulled them along the line. At last, they reached Gordon's Hill. Look out for trouble, James, warned James's driver. We'll go fast and get them up before they know it. Don't let them stop you. So James went faster and faster, and soon they were halfway up the hill. I'm doing it, he panted. It was hard work. Will the top ever come? Thought James. But then there was a sudden jerk, and it all became easier. I've done it, said James. He puffed triumphantly. Hurrah! Hurrah! He thought. It's easy now, but his driver shut off steam. They've done it again, said James's driver. We've left our tail behind. The last 10 trucks were running backwards down the hill. The coupling had snapped, but the guard was brave. Very carefully and very cleverly, he made them stop. Then he got out and walked down the line with his red flag. That's why it was easy, said James as he backed down to the other trucks. What silly thing trucks are. There might have been an accident. Meanwhile, the guard stopped Edward, who was pulling 3 coaches. Shall I help you, James? Said Edward. No, thank you, answered James. I'll pull them myself. Good. Don't let them beat you. James slowly made it up the hill. I can do it! I can do it! I can do it! James cried. I can do it! Beep, 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 whistled Edward. You're doing well! You're doing well! He pulled and puffed as hard as he could. I've done it! I've done it! Said James, and he made it to the top of the hill and disappeared once he went down. James safely made it to the station, and he returned back home. Soon he saw Edward puff into the sheds, and there came out of Edward's cab Sir Topham Hatt. Hello, James, he said. Oh dear, thought James. What would the Fat Controller say? He asked himself sadly. But the Fat Controller was smiling. I was in Edward's train and saw everything, he said. You've made the most out of Troublesome Trucks on the line. Behave. After that, you deserve to keep your red coat. James was as happy as he could ever be.